Reading's new manager, Terry Bullivant, must have been delighted at the start his side made at promoted Bury. Lee Hodges set up Steve Swales to give Reading the lead after 12 minutes. Bury, last season's Division 2 champions, controlled large periods of the match though, and deservedly equalised 7 minutes into the second half. Gordon Armstrong had only been on as a substitute for 3 minutes before he levelled the scores and created a new club record. Bury have now not lost at home for 26 consecutive league matches. Bury 1, Reading 1.
New signing Chris Hay was desperate to play in Swindon's derby clash away at Reading, even though he wasn't fully fit. Steve McMahon took a gamble on the young Scottish striker, and his instincts were rewarded when Hay grabbed the only goal of the game in the 17th minute, getting on the end of this Scott Leach cross to steal all 3 points and keep Swindon's promising start to the season on course.
It's 2 home wins out of 2 for Birmingham City, yet to play particularly well, though, according to their manager, Trevor Francis. The commentator is Peter Brackley.
Primus with a curious backheader, Devlin. Dreadful defending by Reading, but a really positive finish by Paul Devlin. Another Birmingham injury, and it looks like another yellow card. It's a red card. Andy Burnell, who was cautioned earlier. Devlin now to Granger. Francis was the target, and so was Bruce. Steve Bruce makes it 2 for Birmingham. Unlove to O'Connor. Now Hughes. Too long for Francis, but not for Unlove. 3-0.
Albion quickly get the throw-in in. This is Hunt. Hangs it up to the back post. Raven, and it's on. Yes, it's in! It's Andy Hunt who's got it. He hung it up to the back post. Raven headed it back, and Hunt just nodded it past the stranded goalkeeper Steve Mortone. And Hunt bangs his 4th goal of the season and maintains Albion's fantastic start to this new campaign.
Something had to give in this one. Reading had lost 3 home games running, Oxford all 3 away, and neither defence were really convincing. While Reading waited for the offside flag that never was, Nigel Jemson put Oxford 1 up in the 2nd minute. 20 minutes later, Mark Robbins, on loan from Leicester, flicked on for Carla Saba to score his first Reading goal since signing from Brentford. His relief, though, was nothing like that of the manager. Reading had made their worst start in 126 years. But Terry Bullivant finally has a league win. Lee Hodges prodded in the winner.
Both sides were excellent and awful, but not at the same time, which explains the shift pattern in the scoring. Crewe clocked on early. Ashley Westwood's opener was quickly followed by a second for Colin Little. And with Reading's defence about as solid and reliable as the Elm Park camera position, Dele Adebola, the subject of strong rumours linking him with a move to Premier League West Ham, was able to stride forward, shrug off all comers and prod in number 3. Maybe it was too easy, and whatever coach Dario Gradi might have said about complacency, the message didn't get through. Suddenly Crewe's defence were unable to stop the rot, begun by Carla Saba. And carried on by Michael Meeker. The speedy winger got to work down the right, determined to make something happen. And Westwood obliged with an own goal. And while Reading began to resemble the team that had beaten Sunderland 4-0 a week earlier, Crewe couldn't cut out the mistakes. And another dreadfully scrappy goal from Asaba capped a scrappy but amazingly entertaining
Welcome to the Meridian Match. We've reached the third round stage of the League Cup. Southampton and Reading both carry all our hopes this evening. Both achieved excellent away performances in round two.
What a wonderful right-footed shot by Le Tissier.
So now it's round three, and coming up tonight, a fascinating tie at Elm Park as Mark McGee brings his Wolves team to face his old club. Reading against Wolves is one of our two featured games this evening. The other big match is at Oakwell, where Southampton hope to continue their recent improvement. They've an all-Premiership tie against Barnsley. Le Tissier still chasing that Wembley dream. Don't forget, all the ties have to be settled tonight. No replays. There'll be extra time and penalties if necessary. We'll also have the best action from the rest of this evening's games, including Manchester United at Ipswich. Delighted to welcome Barry Venison to the studio. We'll hear from Barry later. But straight on with the action, and first to Elm Park. It's been a difficult start to the season for new manager Terry Bullivant, but a real chance to progress into the last 16 at the expense of inconsistent Wolves. The commentator is John Roeder.
Reading fans have seen their side score 7 goals in their last 2 matches. Tonight they're hoping to send former manager Mark McGee back to the Midlands with his Wolves team knocked out of the League Cup. Ray Houghton is back for Reading after captaining the Republic of Ireland against Romania on Saturday. He replaces Darren Caskey, who drops down to the subs bench. Mark McGee is under increasing pressure after Wolves' poor start to the season. He makes 2 changes from the side that lost to Birmingham on Sunday. Carl Robinson and Mixu Patalainen come in. 2 former Reading players, Adrian Williams and Keith Curle, as well as Steve Bull, have all passed fitness tests. Mark McGee left Reading for Leicester in December '94, joining Wolves in December '95, and the fans here at Elm Park have never forgiven him for leaving them. Referee Clive Wilkes gets us underway on a very wet evening indeed in Berkshire. It's been raining hard for most of the afternoon, though it's not raining as hard now as it was about an hour ago. Mark McGee has returned to Elm Park twice with Wolves. On both occasions, Reading have emerged the victors. Early touch for Martin Williams. Asaba, Reading's leading scorer this season with 7. Well, he looked to try and make it 8 with a shot from distance, but it was always going well wide. Patalainen, long through ball for Steve Bull. Bull is away, 2 Reading players chasing him. Bull! Steve Bull breaking clear. He's Wolves' leading scorer this season with 6 goals, but all those goals have come at Molineux. Houghton, skip of the Republic on Saturday afternoon. First time in his 71 caps for the Republic of Ireland. Houghton again. Curle cuts it out for Wolves. Ferguson. Robinson's through ball. Patalainen is clear, and for the second time, Wolves have breached the Reading defence. Reading come back in space though. On this left-hand side is Naylor. Ferguson, maybe a chance for San Juan. Blocked by the keeper and followed up by Mixu Patalainen, although it's ruled out for offside. The shot from San Juan, it was blocked by Morton. Patalainen though offside. Space for Carl Asaba to possibly exploit. Curle has come across to shadow him. Mika's in support for Asaba. 3 Wolves players around Asaba, and Wolves get it away. This is Smith.
Robinson making the run outside him. Ferguson. Bull and Patalainen up ahead. Cut out by Steve Swales. And Swales' clearance comes off a Wolves player. Lambert. Parkinson. Houghton frees Bernard. Bernard has Mika outside him. This is Michael Mika. Saba on the edge of the area. Nice 1-2. Mika's cross, and it's turned into his own goal by Adrian Williams. The former Reading player has a miserable return to Elm Park. Adrian Williams puts through his own net to give Reading the lead. Mika's run inside, a lovely 1-2 with Saba. The cross seemed to be heading out until Williams turned it in. Adrian Williams played in every shirt for Reading, including the goalkeepers, during his time at Elm Park. He won't want to remember that, though. Well, Terry Bullivant will be very pleased with his side's efforts so far. They've taken the lead, and there are 12 minutes to go until half-time. Finds Houghton. Houghton really running the show for Reading. This is Bernard. Parkinson. Nice 1-2. Parkinson carries on his run. Phil Parkinson has scored a second for Reading. 2 goals in 3 minutes for the home side. And Phil Parkinson, the former Southampton apprentice, scores a wonderful goal for Reading. Parkinson had run from inside his own half just, and what a lovely shot. Phil Parkinson's first goal this season for Reading. Way beyond style. But McGee won't be enjoying his evening at Elm Park at all. Saba. Mika. Atkins comes across. Aim for Bull over his head. Bull, though, gets the chance, but Thurston's header straight to him. Patalainen finds Ferguson. Jamie Smith is in space on the right. Atkins. Robinson. This is Naylor. Ferguson creates some space for himself. The run is made by Steve Bull. Bull's header! Steve Bull has pulled a goal back for Wolves a minute before half-time. He peeled off the defenders to score his 7th goal of the season. Ferguson's deep cross. Watch Bull make his run. He's in space, and Steve Mortone can't keep it out. Williams. Wolves really with their tails up. Bull. Curl. Looks for Steve Bull and finds him. Darren Ferguson makes the run through. Lambert with the vital interception for Reading. Keith Curl. Curl clears as the referee brings the first half to a close. A first half which exploded into life in the last quarter of an hour. Adrian Williams' own goal put Reading ahead. Phil Parkinson's screaming shot made it 2-0. And then just moments before the break, Steve Bull pulled what could be a vital goal back for Wolves. Half-time, Reading 2, Wolves 1. There will be a winner to this tie tonight. If the scores are level at the end of 90 minutes, then extra time will be played. If it's then still all square, a penalty shootout will be used to determine who goes through to the fourth round. Primus with the intercepting header. Houghton. Bernal. Issue for Williams. He's cut it out. Bernal again. Houghton. Nice one too with Williams. Swales. Lambert. Saba. Turns Williams nicely. Lambert still on the run. The cross is pulled back, and Michael Mika has given Reading a lead just a minute into the second half. The perfect start for Reading. Lambert continued his run. The cross evaded everyone in the Wolves' defence, and Mika turned it in. Such persistence from Lambert. Mika scores his first goal of the season. Katalainen. Robinson finds Bull. Intercepted by Parkinson. Bernal looks for Mika, and Mika's header finds Martin Williams. What will Martin Williams do with this? Lambert's in space on the left-hand side. Lambert's shot! And Stahl tipped it over to make sure that one didn't become Reading's fourth goal. Reading breaking well. You can see James Lambert screaming for the ball. And when he got it, he tested Stahl to the full. Houghton's cross. Asaba turns. Asaba picks up possession again for Reading. Goes past Williams. Keeps the ball in play. Header from Martin Williams! And it's a fourth goal to Reading. Persistence from Carla Saba, and in fact it was Keith McPherson who scored for Reading. Keith McPherson, the Reading captain, the Saba's persistence, and McPherson with the header. Smith loses out to Parkinson. This is Houghton. The Saba on the chase. Adrian Williams, scorer of the own goal that put Reading on their way. And did Mike Stahl stop that from going out for a corner? Indeed he did. Saba. Carla Saba hasn't scored tonight, but Reading are really on fire this evening. Asaba with a good chance. Houghton. Caught from behind by Atkins. The referee waves play on. This is Martin Williams. Asaba couldn't be reached with the ball. It was cut out by Jamie Smith. Lambert challenging Stahl. Bull wins it. Off Steve Swales. Robbie Keane has some space to exploit now for Wolves. Steve Bull is in the middle. It's behind Bull. Katalainen falls clear for Bull. And again clear for Bull. And Steve Bull has scored his second of the game. Reading appeal that keeper Steve Mortone was fouled. But Bull has scored again. Keane was in space. Patalainen's shot, it fell kindly for Bull. Mortone really didn't have hold of it at all at any stage. And the shot came in from Patalainen. Steve Bull with the first touch, and with the decisive second. Adrian Williams against Martin Williams, and it's the Wolves player who wins that. Given away though by Jamie Smith, straight to Michael Mika. Well, it was worth a chance, but the direction was poor from Mika. Keane, Robinson. Atkins lays it off once more for Robinson. The ball was meant for Bull. Reading can break again, though. Houghton's wonderful pass to Asaba. Swales, the number 3, is making a wonderful run through the middle. This is Steve Swales! Cleared away by Stowell. Smith's clearance only finds its way to Williams. What can Michael Williams do for Reading? Just wide. Chaos in the Wolves' defence. Swales' shot. Wolves didn't clear it away. Martin Williams beat his man, but just shot wide. Primus clears. Swales. It's a long run for Roach. Stowell will get there first and keeps the ball in play for Wolves. It's flicked on by Keane to Steve Bull. Bull puts it wide. And Steve Bull knows he's wasted a glorious opportunity to pull Wolves back. Stowell's long clearance, Keane's flick on, and Bull was clear, but put it wide. I think Wolves have accepted that they're going out of the League Cup, although Mike Stowell is still in a hurry to take this goal kick, as his manager would demand. Atkins, square to Robinson. Naylor's pass forward. Foley flicks it on. Mortone gathers. And the referee brings this tie to a close. And what a tremendous game we've had. Reading the winners by 4 goals to 2. Phil Parkinson's tremendous goal giving them a 2-0 lead. And Michael Mika making it 3-1 a minute into the second half. Although Steve Bull pulled a goal back for Wolves, Keith McPherson then scored what proved to be the winner for Reading. And Reading, for the 3rd time, send Mark McGee back to Molineux, a beaten man. Reading go through to the 4th round of the Coca-Cola League Cup. Final score at Elm Park, Reading 4, Wolves 2.
Well, Terry, 6 goals tonight. Reading can't seem to stop finding the back of the net.
No, there's been a few in the last 3 games, but I thought it was a good game tonight for the fans. And I thought it was a good night for everybody. I thought, you know, players done marvellous. Michael Mika again was outstanding on the wing. But I shouldn't really single anyone out because it was a great performance from everybody.
But one person who will be singled out is Ray Houghton, who seemed to run the game this evening.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in me talking about Ray Houghton because a lot better people than me have said how good a player he is. I mean, he captained his country on Saturday and I believe he was outstanding. He's a quality footballer, and when he plays well, he gets the whole team playing well. He ticks it over, doesn't he?
How important is a good League Cup run for Reading?
It's important for everyone, the players, the supporters. Just hope we get a nice draw so we can have another good crowd here. It keeps the morale up. You know, it's very important, yeah.
Let's just talk about your goal, because it was the most spectacular goal of the match. Talk us through it.
Well, I just played a ball to Mike Williams. He gives it back, and I think Ray Houghton was going to take it off my feet, but I told him to get out of the way. And I was looking for someone to pass to, and I thought, oh, I might as well just hit this. And fortunately, it looped in over the keeper.
And that's one for you to put on your video collection, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I'll keep that one. Yeah, it's pleased with that.
Any thoughts on who you'd like in the next round? A home tie, presumably.
Yeah, I'd like it down here because it's a great place, especially in the evening. Night games are great. But anyone really, we're just pleased to be in here.
Well, Reading made a disastrous start to the season. Only 1 point from their first 6 games, and that was in fact their worst ever start to a league season. Not that anyone expected that following the record signing of Carlos Saba. On the opening day, the Royals were up against Stan Ternant's newly promoted Bury at Gig Lane. Stephen Swales opened the scoring for Reading, but a Gordon Armstrong goal gave the newcomers a share of the points. A Coca-Cola Cup victory over Swansea was followed by the big local derby with Steve McMahon's Swindon. A goal from Chris Hay ensured victory for the visitors. Another tough fixture followed at St Andrews against an unbeaten Birmingham, and a 3-0 defeat was the outcome. Devlin, Bruce and Unloved scoring for the Blues. The poor run continued. High-flying Bradford inflicted another heavy defeat with goals from Jamie Lawrence and 2 from Nigel Pepper. And that sent the Royals to the bottom of Division 1. Another home defeat followed. This time Stuart Houston's QPR took all 3 points after an own goal from Stephen Swales gave them victory. Next up, a trip to the Hawthorns, where West Brom took themselves to the top of the table, courtesy of Andy Hunt's goal. Six games without a win, and the pressure was mounting on new manager Terry Bullivant, but victory over Oxford with Carlos Saba and Lee Hodges getting the goals lifted them off the bottom. A 0-0 draw with Peterborough in the Cup was followed by a visit to Tranmere. Bad defending led to their heaviest defeat of the season, the best of the goals coming from Lee Jones in a 6-0 thrashing. Victory over Peterborough in the Cup signified a change in fortunes, which continued with a win at Terry Fenwick's Portsmouth. Lee Hodges with the opener. It was a good time to find some form. Peter Reid Sunderland provided the next opposition at Elm Park. Carlos Saba rounded off a fine display with 2 goals. Three down at home to Crewe, and Reading's form seemed to have taken a turn for the worse again. But they fought back to draw level, and in the end they were unlucky to only get a point. In the Coca-Cola Cup, Mark McGee faced a volatile Elm Park crowd, and Terry Bullivant was definitely the happier man after a 4-2 victory, took the Royals into the 4th round and a glamour tie with Leeds. Back in the league, a goalless draw with Manchester City was followed by another goal-shy encounter with Norwich. Tonight is the toughest test yet for Terry Bullivant's improving side against a Forest team breaking away at the top of the table. The Reading graph, very worrying indeed early on, down to bottom after 5 games, then up to 17th, a little slip back to 19th, but a win tonight will take them to the relative comfort of 15th place. The number 13 features rather prominently in their story so far. Played 13 points and 13 goals scored. Unlucky for some, perhaps. Carlos Saba leading the way in their goal-scoring charts, but missing tonight. Lee Hodges, once of Barnet and Spurs, with 3 goals. Then Martin Williams, 3. James Lambert, who we've spoken about, 2. And Steve Swales and Phil Parkinson with 1 apiece. Let's now hear from the Reading manager, Terry Bullivant, who's talking to Alan Bentley.
Terry, you had that poor start, now a great improvement. What's changed?
Nothing really. The attitude's been the same all the way through. It wasn't a lack of effort, it was just circumstances really, but we're getting players fit now. Unfortunately, Carl Lasseber's not playing tonight, which is a blow because he's been playing very well. but our squad's getting stronger every week now. Trevor Morley's nearly fit, Archie Lovell's nearly fit, so, you know, things are getting better.
Hopefully soon embarrassment of riches up front.
Well, hopefully that'd be nice, yeah, but tonight, as I say, we're a little bit light, but Martin Williams has been doing terrific up front, so hopefully he can carry on doing that.
You're on this good run. Do you feel this is your biggest test so far?
Yeah, without a doubt, they're a very good side. Just looking at the team sheet they've just brought in, there's not a bad player in this side. The substitutes are good players as well. But down here, anything can happen. It's a good atmosphere at Elm Park, so we're looking forward to it.
And how are you enjoying life at Reading?
It's a smashing club, yeah, it's a good club. Enjoy working with the players, the fans are good. It's a good working relationship with everyone, really. The office people are good, so far all right.
And you've got a pretty experienced team around you as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got Alan Harris, who, as we all know, has been at Barcelona. I've got Ray Houghton, who not only is coaching but playing very well. And I've also got Alan Pardew, who I think in time will be a manager himself.
So looking forward to tonight. Can you win?
Why not?
Cheers.
Thanks very much.
Mark Williams is near the ball as well. Maybe he's the decoy. It is Van Hooijdonk! And he scored! Just as you might have expected him to from that range. Who needs Stuart Pearce when you've got Van Hooijdonk from free kicks?
Well, it doesn't matter if you come the game on your own. When you put them in like that, a wicked right-footed curling shot. And the keeper, well, could Matone maybe have got there with the right hand. Van Hooijdonk beautifully curling, kept it low, skids off the greasy surface, and Matone can only watch it as it hits the back of the net. Perhaps the goalie could have been a little bit quicker off his line, over to the right hand side, but Van Hooijdonk 1-0, 11th of the season.
Can Kasky finish for the equaliser? Good stop by Dave Bessant.
Great stop from Bessant, because that was fired low, but Kasky, good strike. And he must have thought he'd levelled.
Bart Williams trying the quick layoff and finally got it through Van Hooijdonk. Bart Williams is there! Oh, Bernal hit it against him and was relieved to see it loop wide. And Williams away again, and Chettle had to come back belatedly. He goes down in the area. No penalty given.
No, I thought John Brownwood was in a great place there, the referee. Good decision. 10 yards away.
Van Hooijdonk now releasing Steve Stone. Bart Williams is there, and he skies it.
Well, great ball. Bart Williams all along at the far post.
3 Forest players up, including Van Hooijdonk. Looking for Campbell. Went straight at the goalkeeper. Campbell taking on Primus and lining it up for Steve Stone!
Well, that could be crucial. Steve Stone, Stoney coming in from the right hand side after another great break from Forrest, and really Campbell's pass, Stone should have made it 2-0. Good vision again from Campbell. I thought he was going to hit it himself. Stone decides to hit it first time, right foot, and that's well wide. And really a second goal at this period in the game could have just tied it up.
Van Hooijdonk, great link up, the flag stays down, Campbell is onside with Stone in support, and Steve Stone marks his goal. Oh no! It was lined up for a goal! It was lined up for a comeback goal from Steve Stone, and everyone here just can't believe what they've seen.
Well, I was just about to say, well done Kevin Campbell. Great link up, watch Stone with a scissor run, and Campbell says, go on then Stoney, stick it in, 8 yards out. Oh dear, why aye man, he'll be very, very disappointed with this one. Oh, he could even have taken a touch. It's easy to say for me, but goodness me, you won't get any better chances than that, and Steve Stone knows it.
Bart Williams has Campbell up ahead. He's chosen the option of Rogers. Bart Williams to Van Hooijdonk. And handled onto penalty. Primus was standing either right on the edge or just inside, and the referee clearly judged that it was inside.
Well, again, the ref's in a great position, but I thought this was very close indeed, and the referee is spot on. Spot on. Good positional sense again. Van Hooijdonk the clever chip, and you can clearly see inside a yard, inside the box. John Branwood again in a good position.
Primus has the award given against him. Van Hooijdonk has scored one already, and it's gone in. The goalkeeper made a brave attempt to get there, did get a touch to it, but couldn't keep it out. 2-0.
Well, Forest, you have to hand it to them though, Rob. I know Dave's putting the tee, but they come out firing again in all cylinders. Van Hooijdonk goes to the keeper's right, and oh, so unlucky from Moton. Slaps the ground. And Van Hooijdonk, good pen, keeps it low, and the keeper's unlucky. Well, that's a bad start for Reading. And the keeper gets right, under the body, 2-0.
This game should really prove what Reading are made of now. They may have come back from 3 down against Crewe, but this is an entirely different proposition. Here's Stone, great layoff again from Van Hooijdonk. Beautiful ball, Campbell. Can he take the opportunity? Morton stops him, and Bernal clears.
I think they were with a claiming handball there. Good play again, good layoff. Stone boring his way into the box. Now watch Campbell here, he could have taken it in his right foot. Wasn't aware of where Bernal was, but let's have a look at this pen. There, that had beaten the keeper, and for me that's a second penalty.
It's very one-sided at the moment, and this is Steve Stone!
That's not your night, Stoney. Needed a wee bend on that for the right foot.
Dave Bassett is a past master at leading teams to promotion. 4 he achieved with Wimbledon, 2 with Sheffield United, laid the foundations at Crystal Palace last year. And Pierre Van Hooijdonk hoping that he can shoehorn another Bassett team to the very top level. Williams giving chase, and Bassett decisive and came.
Oh, oh, wow, has he given a penalty? I can't believe it. I tell you what, Dave Besson, I couldn't see it.
Well, Besson's in big trouble here if he's adjudged that to be a foul. And he's off! It's a red card for the Forest goalkeeper, and Besson argues his case. Clearly cannot believe it.
Oh, Rob, I thought the referee was having a cracking game. I'm not, that is not a sending off, I'm sorry. Williams, you have to applaud him. He gets there first, but that's not a sending off. Besson has gone for the ball, Williams gets there first. I'm sorry, I can't see it. What a game we've got now.
And what a miserable return to Elm Park for Dave Besson. Forest, remember, haven't got a goalkeeper on the bench. Besson was here last season with Southampton when they had 2 players sent off in their defeat here on this ground in the FA Cup. And who's going to take the goalkeeper's jersey? It looks as though Chettle is going to go in goal.
Well, I tell you what, 2 minutes ago, Dave Bassett sitting alongside Evan Scholar had the big cigar out. Well, how football changes. But I feel sorry for this big fella. He came, he decided, I think Williams might get there, held his ground. Williams, yes, got the ball, collided with him. No wonder he's angry. But I tell you what, the Reading home fans were very, very good there. They screamed immediately as Chettle took us into goal.
Well, if you feel sorry for Besson, what sort of sympathy must you feel for this man? Steve Chettle is the player who's taken over the goalkeeping responsibility and immediately has to face a penalty that will be taken by Williams.
Some of the Forest players have got to calm down now. The referee's given the penalty. Get out of the box and shut up.
Van Hooijdonk scored his for Forest. Can Chettle, the makeshift goalkeeper, save this one? It's Williams against him to try and reduce the deficit, and he does. Reading are back in the game.
Quite incredible. Just when you need a bit of luck. Well, that was quite incredible. And Chettle, well, he goes to his right, and Williams drives it in. And Reading are back in it.
Well, is he regretting the fact that he hadn't got a goalkeeper on the bench? He's discussing matters at the moment with Bobby Houghton.
I tell you, he might just have to come off. I think Steve Stone might be the one.
keeper, who's had to drop back into defence, and he's caught out as Lambert finds Mika. Great defending from Rodgers.
Superb from Alan Rodgers. That could easily have flown into his own net. Just when he was having a smashing game for me.
And now Campbell is away, this is a chance! And that is just the goal that Forest needed to settle themselves. Kevin Campbell, 3-1.
Well, he has been a threat, a menace all throughout the match, Kevin Campbell. The confidence is back. Chettle suddenly has a little look up here. Under heavy pressure, Forest suddenly says, right, let's clear our lines. Thumps it forward. You have to say it's bad defending, but Campbell gets a flick on. But what a glorious finish from 20 yards. This is a belief in Kevin Campbell now. Wins the flick on, goes for his own flick on. The two defenders are left napping, and Campbell fires it low past the goalkeeper. Great finish. And suddenly the bench go wild as Campbell shoots down Reading.
Little. Here's Campbell again, Little wants it back. Bart Williams, he could go for goal, the gap opened up for him. Well, Kevin Campbell, who's got that vital goal, and not a bad ratio from him either, 4 attempts on target.
It was a vital goal as well.
Here's Lambert. If Reading could make a breakthrough, there may still be a match in this, and this is great work from Lambert! What a brilliant goal! Absolutely superb!
That is the goal of the match. That is superb. I was going to say earlier, this fella's been quiet. We know he's got ability, but this is wonderful dribbling skills. He knows that a Forest defender can't misjudge the tackle in the box. Picks it up. He's fully 50 yards to run, but look at this for close control. 3 shots round him, and even a cool finish. Chettle no chance. What a cracker from Lambert. Digs outside, inside, through 2 defenders, but look at the finish. And who said this game was over? Smashing play. Cooper's there, Little's there. But look at that, and what a finish past Chettle. 3-2.
Quarter of an hour left for Reading to complete this comeback. And away goes Bernal again, blocked by Rodgers. Bernal again. Oh, Chettle wasn't too sure and had to tip it onto the bar. Lambert driven in again, and Caskey couldn't get there. Here's Houghton. And the flag is up, Williams is offside.
Well, what a game this has turned out to be. I don't know where Steve Chettle wants to play in the next 5-a-side. I am a keeper, because I thought that had beaten him.
Primus. Good ball to Bernal. Mika.
This fella's impressed me, Rob Mika.
Reading throwing as many players forward as they can afford to do. Lovely layoff from Caskey. He's onside, it's Houghton. It took a deflection and loops over.
The ball came fizzing through to Ray Houghton there.
Pouring forward for the corner. Apart from the taper, and he swells completely away from the... Oh, it's a great header, and it's there from Primus. He pulled away from the corner. A bullet of a header from the centre-back. And the Reading revival is complete.
Quite incredible. Quite incredible. I didn't fancy Reading at set pieces, but Primus, what a glorious header. 7 or 8 yards out. Chettle looks in dismay to his right as that flashes into the far corner, and Reading are back in it. Primus rising, all alone, bullet header, far post, Chettle beaten, and it's 3-3.
Oh, great work from Bart Williams. Campbell in the box. Stone a little way back is calling for it, but this is Van Hooijdonk. Oh!
Oh, what a save that is! What a save! And Van Hooijdonk thought, here we go, hat-trick. I'm taking the ball home with me. Good play from Bart Williams. Van Hooijdonk suddenly arrives. Steve Matone's getting his angles right, and Van Hooijdonk gets the bend, and that's a good touch.
And this is Little, and he's got there. Van Hooijdonk going for it.
Tell you what, he's so dangerous, isn't he? Only one thing in his mind there, lay it back, Des, and I'll hit it. And hit it, he done.
Here's Houghton. Lined up by Caskey. Now that was blocked on the edge by Cooper. Knocked back across towards Primus again. Mark Williams headed clear by Parkinson. Another check on the watch, and the referee brings to an end a compulsive match in which Linvoy Primus's goal completed an unlikely Reading comeback. But really the match hinged on the sending off of Dave Besant.
At Reading, Mark Patterson collected his first goal of the season and secured second place for the Blades.
Reading, Phillips went straight into the starting lineup with Wayne, the Chief, Allison.
What you get is what you see. You're not going to get a guy who's going to get the ball and dribble by 2 or 3 people. You're not going to get a guy who's that quick. What you're really getting is somebody who's big, can hold the ball up, honest and reliable. And if you can send that out on the field every week, then as a coach and a manager, you know what you're getting. You make a lot of goals and you'll frighten defenders.
And it didn't take him long to do exactly that. More times, in fact, than Town's front line had done all season. Even though the man he was supposed to be supporting, Marcus Stewart, lost his ever-present record with a hamstring strain, the Chief provided Paul Dalton with a scoring chance, and at the second attempt, he took it. All the players were now responding to the manager's heart-on-sleeve approach. This was another gritty display. They were still bottom of the league, though, but now level on points with Portsmouth.
Now let's spin back to last night's games. Reading faced the daunting trip to in-form Leeds United. A really tough task for Terry Bullivant and his men. Here's what happened. Commentator at Ellen Road is Chris Cooper.
McPherson. Too high for Morley. Might drop through to the edge of the box for Asaba. A bit of a tangle. Chance here. Made a name for himself as Carl Asaba. Reading's record signing. And that was majestic by the Royals. Andy Banal is the Australian, but he'll enjoy the kangaroo impression. It's Leeds United 0, Reading 1. Leeds United caught in a horrible mess on the edge of the box. Asaba was there, Martin to beat. He says thank you very much. And it's Leeds 0, Reading 1. Martin's kick out flicked on by Hasselbank, and it'll drop to Hopkin. Now, what can he do this time? He's into the area, drives it in off the underside of the woodwork. The players look to the linesman. Hopkin coming as close as Leeds have managed so far to getting the ball into the net. Wallace, the only Leeds player inside the 6-yard box for this corner, taken by Boyer. Now some more movement. Weatherall's up there and he's equalised, and Leeds United back on terms within a matter of 5 minutes. Leeds United 1, Reading 1. Good corner in from Lee Boyer. The men came running in, and big centre-halves aren't just there to defend. Weatherall's 4th of the season. Hammonds couldn't get to it, just beyond him. Leeds United 1, Reading 1. Flicked on by Boyer. Wallace has got it through to Hopkin. Wallace continues his run. He's onside and he's put it over the bar. We can't believe that. He's holding his head. The Reading fans were holding theirs. Good vision from little Rodney Wallace, the keeper to beat. What a woeful finish. Playing us back to Haaland. Just had time to take the touch he wanted. Haaland. And now Boyer through on the edge of the area, gets the shot in, and that's put Leeds United in front for the first time tonight. Down at the top end, Leeds United 2, Reading 1. A rather fortuitous little flick by Boyer. I'm sure he'll say he meant it. Took a touch and then slid it past Hammond. Maybe disappointed to get beaten at his near post, but it was a good strike by Boyer. Charlton and Reading do keep going, and they could catch Leeds here. Leeds trying to get men back. Williams still going, picked out Bernal on this near side, just on the edge of the box, 4 in the area for him to aim at, across to the far post, might come back towards McPherson, and it's gone in! Bernal crossing in from the right-hand side. First header got it away, second one though, turns it back in, and Martin Williams gets the equaliser for Reading. Leeds United 2, Reading 2. 6 minutes of normal time remaining. This is Morley, Williams to his left, Asava making the run into the area. This is Williams. Morley wanted it played first time, it's still Williams. Morley trying to get underneath it, and he has done! And that is surely going to be a winning goal for Trevor Morley and Reading of the First Division. Leeds United 2, Reading 3, and this could be the upset of the 4th round. Good work down the left-hand side. Eventually the cross came in. There was Morley, defenders all around him, but he picked his spot. Williams had delayed his cross first of all, when he got past the defender. Morley out-jumped everyone. George Graham will be fuming with the defending. Leeds United 2, Reading 3, and the Royals have 5 minutes to hold on. Well, he can hardly bear to watch it, can't Terry Bullivant. Nigel Martins coming up to this corner. It's all or nothing for Leeds. In comes the corner, punched away by Hammond. Now Asaba, will he get to that one just ahead of the defender? He has done, but it's academic. Reading have created one of the cup upsets of 97-98. Leeds United 2, Reading 3. They were ahead early on, then they were pegged back, then they had to come from behind, and they've done it in some style.
It means a hell of a lot to me, but the players have always been fantastic. The board have, and the supporters, as you saw tonight, are fantastic. It's a good club, and at the beginning it was hard, but if I'd been at another club and it had started like that, I would have got a lot more stick than I was getting, so it weren't too bad, to be honest. But that was for the supporters and the players who've been fantastic.
Promotion hopefuls Charlton might have expected an easy ride at Elm Park, but they were put in their place after just 9 minutes. It was Lee Hodges with a precise shot through a crowded penalty area. It was a busy afternoon for the referee. 6 players were booked as petty squabbles broke out. Richard Rufus was lucky to escape a booking when he brought down Carl Asaba. But his foul was punished when Trevor Morley stepped up for the penalty. His 5th goal in 7 games since returning from injury. Charlton had few chances in the second half, and when they did go forward, they found Steve Swales in inspired form. And the fans had further reason to cheer when Stuart Lovell came on as sub. It was his first appearance since damaging his cruciate ligament last season. Final score, Reading 2, Charlton 0.
Table-topping Borough emerged for the home match with Reading with a chance to open a 3-point lead over second-place Forest. No one knew, but it was also a day to bid farewell to Brazilian hero Emerson. After weeks of speculation, Emo was soon to complete a £4 million move to Tenerife. The midfield genius took time to settle on Teesside when he first arrived, but he clearly loved playing at the Riverside. Emo, a great favourite with the Borough fans, will always be fondly remembered for his dazzling skills and his spectacular goals. He didn't get on the score sheet on this occasion, but he still made a big impact.
Emerson, back a couple of yards to Hignett, 14 minutes left. Hignett out to the near side of the player, and Curtis Fleming midway inside Reading territory for Emerson. Emerson sees Beck. Beck flicks it on. Inside the box is Andy Townsend, back to go. Townsend wants support. Curtis Fleming is there on the edge of the area. Fleming for Craig Hignett. Hit it, Higgy. Higgy hits the treble! Craig Hignett's shot rips high and handsome into the top of the net, and all of the frustration, all of the agony ends with a master stroke from the Super Scouser. It's 1-0 to the Borough, and Borough flying high at the top. Emerson midway inside Borough territory for Merson. Merson back to Hignett, the hero of the hour. On instead towards Merson now. And Merson straddling between two defenders. Miguel Beck! Beck goal! The Prince of Denmark! Miguel Beck, it's 2-0! And in 2 minutes, the Terrors from Reading are banished down south where they belong. Miguel Beck right in the bottom corner. And the spoilers get what they deserve for this afternoon. Nothing. We are top of the league. On the right though, Middlesbrough moving forward, Jaime Moreno takes in, Moreno inside the box, Moreno back, yes, 3-0! Created in Bolivia, finished by Denmark, and Reading definitely now, their heads are hanging, they're going away from Teesside with nothing. Borough just playing out time, or will they increase advantage to 4? On it goes to Hignett, Hignett keeping their arm, McPherson's on a 1-on-1, Hignett against the keeper, Hignett goal! Salutes the crowd like an emperor, and he deserves it. Borough 4, Reading 0, 2 for Hignett, 2 for Beck, and absolutely nothing for the spoilers from Reading.
The season's second trip to Elm Park produces no goals and 2 sendings off. The first for home defender Paul Bodin. The numerical advantage lasted just 6 minutes before Paul Simpson's departure made it 1 red card apiece. And that was how it ended.
When Reading visited West Brom in September, they were still looking for their first league win. And at the end of the game, the teams couldn't have been further apart. West Brom went top. Reading found themselves languishing at the foot. Victory did follow at home to Oxford, but then enter Messrs Morrissey, Kelly, Jones, Thompson and Jones, and 6-0 later, a humiliated Reading limped home from Prenton Park. But then the club's record £800,000 signing from Brentford came good. Carla Saba cut Sunderland to ribbons as the Royals roared back to form. Elm Park then welcomed Nottingham Forest for one of the games of the season. Reading were 2-0 down when Dave Besant ran into trouble.
Well, Besant's in big trouble here if he's adjudged that to be a foul. And he's off!
Martin Williams then put Reading back into the game. Only for Forest to restore their 2-goal lead on 66 minutes thanks to a fierce strike from Kevin Campbell. But the game was far from over.
Here's Lambert. Reading could make a breakthrough, there may still be a match in this, and this is great work from Lambert! What a brilliant goal!
I told you when you come down, anything can happen down here. At 2-0 we looked buried, the goalie got sent off, right or wrong, and after that, you know, we got at them, but then they still looked like scoring, so it must have been a good game to watch.
A Coca-Cola Cup win at Leeds followed, but Ipswich quickly brought Bully's boys back down to earth. They bounced back against Chick Bates' Stoke. Trevor Morley scored twice as the unpredictable Royals recorded only their 2nd away win of the season. Charlton were the next victims. 2 first-half goals, including one from Lee Hodges, rewarded the Royals with 3 points as 6 were booked in a bruising clash. A fighting spirit wasn't enough against leaders Middlesbrough a week later, though all 4 goals did come in the last 13 minutes. Despite a 0-0 scoreline, Reading's encounter with Wolves was far from dull. Paul Bodin was sent off in the first half, despite being an innocent bystander. To even it out, Wolves midfielder Paul Simpson was sent off 5 minutes later. Despite a chance later on, Bullivant's men had to settle for the 1 point. Today, they'll be aiming for all 3. And here is their graph, which doesn't make the most encouraging reading. Up to 17th and then 16th not so long ago, slipped back to 18th. It's possible that they could rise to 14th place with a win today. A little bit unlikely, perhaps. 23 matches and 10 defeats, 5 of them at home, and they only lost 3 at home throughout last season. 21-4, that's the lowest in the division, and already 35 conceded. Carla Saba, £800,000 from Brentford in the summer, leading scorer with 8. Then Trevor Morley, 5 in his last 10. Marlon Williams, 5 as well. Lee Hodges, James Lambert and Michael Mika.
Up front now, and they're looking good.
Those matches to come, we've already seen. Reading beat West Brom by 2-1. Let's have another look at some of the key moments. Couldn't have got off to a worse start as far as Dennis Smith was concerned. 32 seconds gone, and his new team is goal behind.
That's right. I mean, you want your players to at least to get the first 20 minutes out of the way without conceding a goal, but within 30 seconds they're up against it straight away. It's just unfortunate. The keeper's brave, Morley's brave, and the full-back's just in the wrong position at the wrong time.
Morley getting stuck in it and trying to claim it, but it has officially been credited as an own goal, and I don't think he's got a big argument, has he?
No, see, if you just look at his face there, he's a bit sheepishly saying, you know, I didn't really touch it, but I'm going to claim it anyway. Typical centre-forward.
Well, West Brom created so many chances throughout the afternoon, but Nicky Hammond wasn't to be beaten, or at least not until late on, by which time it was too late. That was the first save from Ian Hamilton, and the second from Richard Schneckers even better.
He kept Reading in the game without doubt in the first half. It was after the goal went in, West Brom took the game to Reading and created so many chances, chance upon chance. But they were at the back, they looked a bit, you know, they're all over the place, and this is a tremendous cross from Lambert, and Williams left his mark completely, and just cycled into the back of that. Great finish.
As he said in his interview afterwards, he likes playing live on Sky. 3 in 3 games for him, and he anticipated that cross very well.
He did, yeah. He's the only one that made a movement forward in the back. The defenders don't like running back into their own goal, but I bet he's got a good video collection now, Martin.
Albion continued to come forward. We couldn't quite believe that they hadn't got at least one back before half-time. There was the header right on the stroke of half-time from Marden. The goalkeeper completely stationary.
That's right. I think that summed up their afternoon, really. I mean, Marden's done everything right. He's put it straight back. Nicky Hammond's just, you know, praying it's going to hit something and go wide, and I think that just summed up West Brom's day.
Mickey Evans came on in the second half. Lee Hughes had come on earlier, and they continued to bombard the Reading goal.
I think Nicky Hammond, was obviously man of the match, but he was always on the edge of his box. He was always there, and he's making things difficult for. They've got one eye on him coming out, and he defended. He was the last defender, and he played exceptionally well today.
That was a nasty moment for him. Schneckers lunging in. Nothing malicious about the challenge. Hammond recovered, fortunately, from his point of view. Lee Hughes came on early. It was an interesting switch, wasn't it, to see Flynn go off and Hughes come on, and apparently Dennis Smith rates this guy.
That's right. Interesting that he started with 11 players, and as soon as they go 2-0 down, he changed the personnel but not the system, so he was obviously not very happy with Flynn. But I mean, Kilbride there, that was a good finish. His first touch was excellent. It took it into his path, took him away from the defender coming in. He couldn't bring him down. And then just a little toe poke into the near post. Perhaps Nicky might be a bit upset with that going into the near post.
Kildan's first goal since the opening day of the season. The £1 million player, the record signing. 1 or 2 points to prove to the West Brom supporters, but he had an influential final few minutes, and he could have earned a point, as we'll see in a moment. There's Schneckers again, who has a habit of scoring when Albion are live. It was an anxious last few minutes. Terry Bullivan imitating Alex Ferguson by looking at his watch there, and then as we went well into stoppage time, Kildan heads against the woodwork.
That's right. I saw Nicky Hammond interviewed there, and he said he felt sorry for him because he thought he played well. Well, it's a strange comment to make of the opposition when you've got a home win, but Kilbride there, I mean, that was basically the one at the end of the first half and that one at the end of the second half, both hitting woodwork, just summed up West Brom's afternoon up. They just couldn't hit the target.
They're a battling side. We saw them draw 3-3 with Nottingham Forest live. There's something about Elm Park that gets them going when the cameras are there.
That's right, yeah.
Here's Rufus Brevitt. Brevitt playing it to Sherry. Here's Kwasi again. Now it's with Peacock. Gavin Peacock gets a good crossover. Sinclair! The save! And it's Spencer! Well, you know, somebody said to me earlier on that if John Spencer can poke a goal home here today, then it would be the start of many goals for him. Well, that's an excellent goal from QPR. A superb cross from Gavin Peacock. Headed against Nicky Hammond, who made an excellent save from Trevor Sinclair, and John Spencer gets the goal for QPR. Steve Swales now for Reading. New signing, Jason Bowen. Play through to Asaba. Asaba in space. Asaba's shot comes in and it's parried away. And Morley, it's a goal for Reading. This is Asaba. Asaba and Maddox clashing. And a pretty violent clash there coming in. Asaba absolutely outraged with that challenge by Maddox. And it's probably been boiling up since the last challenge. And the referee is going to have a word here. So the referee wants Maddox and Asaba over. Take action here now, the ref. So we've got an explosive last 12 or 13 minutes here at Loftus Road. QPR 1, Reading 1. It's going to be... oh, it's a red card! Danny Maddox has been sent off. Now is Asaba going to get his marching orders as well? And Asaba's gone as well. So Maddox and Asaba sensationally sent off for fighting.
Ben Townsend for Borough. Very competitive in that midfield. Fester. Borough sweeping forward on the break. This is Madison. Fester. Merson's in the centre, Hignett further back. Maybe Davis hadn't seen it. Here is Craig Hignett. And he's gone for glory off the post. And then Merson just failed to react to the rebound. Superb effort then from Hignett. And he was very unlucky not to score. Davis didn't really close him down here. He's allowed him a sight of goal and he's curled that wickedly beyond Hammond. And the rebound was too strong for Merson. They posted Hignett just in front of Nicky Hammond in the 6-yard box. That was Morley. Bowen to collect. The advantage being played, but Fester makes sure there isn't one for Reading. Fester in a storming game. Beck down for Fester. He can win it here, and has done so surely. The Italian strikes Gianluca Fester, who went surging through and delivered his shot underneath the goalkeeper. But no, it's been ruled out. Offside. Well, there was confusion here for a moment. The referee ruled it out. Now, there's Merson's through ball. It must have been Beck. If anyone was offside, no way was Fester off. All eyes on Fester, who sweeps it in. And somewhere along the line, the flag presumably was up for offside. Madison's kick. Merson, that's great control, and he's let in Hignett. And surely it's all over now. And Middlesbrough have clinched their place in the semi-finals. Hot break for Reading. The players all protesting to the referee. They took the kick so quickly. They caught them off guard, Reading. Merson with such a deft touch there. Waited for his moment, waited for Hignett to join in, and well, he was so cool with his finish beyond Nicky Hammond. And this time the goal does stand.
I thought it was a good performance for a quarter-final away from home. We knew that Reading had put the ball forward and get in behind and make it a hard-working match for us. But I thought they stood up very well to it in the first half. In second half, you know, I always thought that we looked as if we'd score.
Did you think you were heading for extra time?
It did look like that, but after the experiences of last year, it's nice for us to score in extra time rather than the opposition. So that was good for us.
Ron Robson, congratulations. You're in the semi-finals of the Coca-Cola Cup. What was your reaction on the final couple of minutes there and the goal that decided the tie?
Well, I mean, the referee was a little bit indecisive on what decision he'd actually give, and the players weren't sure. But I'm pleased that Madison, Merson and Hignett all stayed very alive at the situation. And when they realised it was an indirect free kick to us, they got on with the game where quite a few of the Reading players, you know, stood still wondering. So I'm pleased about that, you know, as far as our three players are concerned.
Road revelled in classic cup conditions. Cheltenham got to grips with the elements better and deserved their break when 40-year-old Clive Walker crumbled under the challenge of Gareth Davies. Dale Watkins' penalty edged the conference side close to round 4 for the first time in their history. But not quite close enough. 19 minutes from the end, Trevor Morley squeezed a shot under Steve Book, but Cheltenham believe they can still do a Stevenage and win away at First Division opposition.
Swindon's first home game since that FA Cup embarrassment against Stevenage, and they need to improve on a recent league record of just 4 points from a possible 27. There's a debut today for Bobby Howe, signed from Nottingham Forest, and Steve Finney is restored in attack. Suspensions have robbed Reading of 8-goal top scorer Carla Saba and former Swindon defender Paul Bodin. But goalkeeper Nicky Hammond plays against his old club. Ahead of him, look out for the free-scoring Lee Hodges in midfield and veteran Trevor Morley up front. So it's Reading in blue and white hoops who get the game underway at the county ground. They're looking to improve on a record of just 1 win in 10 trips to the county ground. Swindon, of course, looking to improve themselves, try and get back up the table, having slipped from first place to 10th. Today's referee, Eddie Lomas, who comes from Manchester. Reading fans in the open here at the county ground, so they'll know all about the elements, but it's a good turnout from just along the M4, and that's helped to swell the crowd. Bowen, who's looked a threat. That time he was looking for the free kick, which he didn't get. Early ball from Gooden, nearly fell for Cuervo. Now Swindon are defending, Digby slipped fatally, and it's in by Lovell, and Reading lead after only 9 minutes. And the conditions really did play a part there, because the clearance troubled Swindon in the wind. Digby also lost his footing as he came out, and Lovell just nodded it beyond the keeper into the unguarded net. And looking for Lambert, the lone man up front for Reading at the moment. And Robinson's clearance is a poor one, straight to Bowen. Morley wants it short. Lambert with a flick on, Bowen's in, Digby saved first time, but the follow-up is put home by Lambert, and Reading are running riot. 2-0 to the visitors, and we haven't yet played 15 minutes. And once again, Swindon's defending was little short of shambolic. Poor clearance initially, and they never got themselves sorted out after that. The save by Digby initially, the follow-up into the back of the net. Trying to switch the play. Here he is again. Easily dealt with by Bernal. Well, he rather telegraphed that pass. Now Hay for Swindon. Trying to flick it through for Steve Finney. Great chance. Well, he's disappointed, and no wonder. Swindon's best opportunity so far. Good appreciation by Hay to find his strike partner. Finney just stretching a little, and it's too high.
for Finney. He's got Robinson right side if he wants. Instead it's come to this near side for Gooden. Excellent cross by him, Finney's header, good save by Hammond. Well, mighty got his head in his hands, although Finney did everything right on that occasion. Directed the header goalwards and downwards, and Hammond shoveled it round the post for a corner. Tries a forward from some of the home fans. But it's Reading going forward. They've sprung the defence again here. Chance for Lambert. Good save this time by Digby. And that was a vital one for his team, because at 3-0, you get the feeling Reading would have been out of sight. But he stood up well and managed to block the shot with his legs. Hey, took it nicely. Away from Bernal. And it's too close to the keeper. And that's what's letting Swindon down at the moment. On the few occasions they get behind the Reading defence, the quality delivery isn't there. And this is Bowen forward for Reading. Finds Hodges, slips it to Lovell. Good tackle by Bullock. And that was excellent play by the Swindon midfield man. Maybe he's finally finding his form. Morley away from McDonald. Lovell screaming for it in the middle. Morley goes alone. Good save by Digby. Hacked clear by Robinson. Still Swindon haven't got it away. Bowen now. Morley. Disappointing finish. And twice in the space of 30 seconds or so, Trevor Morley could have put the game beyond doubt. This is Swales, the fullback. And Morley with a header. Hit Taylor, who didn't know anything about it. Still Morley. And still turned aside by Digby. And it's one-way traffic towards the Swindon goal at the moment. Digby at full stretch to keep Reading out. Creatively, the home side still lacking that magical ingredient to open up the Reading defence. Here is Watson. He had every right to try his luck. He couldn't keep the ball down.
These are the same players that got you to the top, but the confidence visibly ebbed away from them. I mean, the players wanted 2 touches where before they would have just played it first time.
Well, no, I think they were playing it first time whereby we did have had 2 touches. We were just like a hot potato at times, but I think we stuck at it. I didn't see many heads drop today. They wanted to do it, and I wouldn't say it was a great performance, but it was encouraging in terms of our last few results.
Well, Leroy, another bad defeat there for Swindon. It's been quite a spectacular nosedive from the top of the table, hasn't it? Where do you think it's all going wrong?
It has been, and I think Wayne Allison has been a key loss. You know, I think that you heard the crowd baying for the Swindon players to knock the ball forward. But when you've got Finney and Hay up front, you've got to get the ball, you've got to get quality service into them. And with Wayne there, they took the pressure off. And when you're lacking confidence and you can get the ball out the other end of the pitch to give you a bit of respite, it makes a lot of difference.
Do you think Steve McMahon's starting to feel the pressure now?
I think that's ridiculous to say at the moment. I think if you said this, Swindon 10th at this time, at the start of the season, I think everybody would have been very happy. They're not ready to go up yet, but I think they just need a little bit of luck, a little bit of confidence, and things will turn for them.
On replay at Elm Park, but not before the part-timers from Gloucestershire had given them a real fright.
Thousands made the journey to Reading for Cheltenham's big FA Cup night. They're rewarded with a fighting performance. At 40, Clive Walker is still a constant threat to any team. Here he creates a chance for Dale Watkins. At the other end, Reading had their chances too. Stuart Lovell just heading over. The first goal wasn't long in coming. Reading's Jason Bowen, the creator. The veteran striker Trevor Morley putting the First Division side ahead. Before half-time, Walker looked certain to equalise for Cheltenham. Nicky Hammond, though, denying him. But the Cheltenham pressure finally told after the break. Walker scrambling a goal back for them. The Vauxhall Conference side sensed their opportunity to attack. Only a telling interception from Reading's Andy Bernal saved them. but Reading struck just when the game looked destined for extra time. Martin Booty's shot heading goalwards through a crowded box. But the non-leaguers almost forced extra time in the dying moments. They were denied first by a post, then by Reading's excellent goalkeeper Nicky Hammond. Cheltenham's display earned them a standing ovation from home and away fans. Steve Lee, Midlands Today.
Sacking the manager on the eve of a cup tie suggests desperation, but Cardiff made light of that and a gap of 50 places in the league. Kevin Nugent gave them the lead early in the second half. The advantage evaporated 8 minutes later. Kara Saba bundled in the equaliser from Trevor Morley's helping header.
Defeat, but they came down to earth with a bang. Paul Furlong and Chris Marsden both sent off, and a 2-0 defeat.
Third Division's remaining side real hope. Just as they'd done though in South Wales, Reading responded. That wisest of old heads, Trevor Morley, was left unmarked. Extra time came and went after 5 penalties each. The sides were level at 3-3 and into sudden death. Martin Booty kept his bottle. And when Reading goalkeeper Nicky Hammond saved his 3rd penalty of the shootout from Craig Middleton, Reading were through to the 5th round for the first time in 63 years.
Friday the 13th proved to be a lucky day for Sheffield United as they headed into the last stage of the FA Cup after this 1-0 win over Reading.
Bokis tries the shot, very close. Bokis, oh, he sent him the wrong way, good cross. Sanford, Lee Sanford scores his first goal of the season, his 3rd for the Blades.
Second successive victory for manager Alan Ball, first league goal for skipper Adrian Whitbread.
A lot of the time it's the strikers or midfielders that get the headlines, and you know, fortunately for me it fell to me and it went in the back of the net, and I've enjoyed the weekend, so to speak.
Took advantage of a mistake by Mick Colgan in the Reading goal, and Crewe now looking safe mid-table. Andy Houlihan, Sky News.
Well, it's going to be a test of character for Stockport County this evening after their 3-0 drubbing down at Oxford at the Manor Ground. And so was Connolly. And Connolly continues his run. He gets a cross in, he does! Oh! And he's got in! The original shot from Angel. But it's been put in by Chris Byrne. Nine and a half minutes on the clock, and Stockport County have already started to put the ghost away that haunted them on Saturday. Great way to respond. Angel with the first shot. That was saved well, but Byrne was there to tuck it in. County will get the kick. McIntosh takes quickly. Good running from Connolly. Oh, and a great ball! And a great goal! What a magnificent goal! Sean Connolly made it! "11 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock, and Stockport County are 2-up. Mike Flynn will take the throw. Cook. Good ball. Angel. Oh, it could be another. It is. And it's Stephen Grant. 22 minutes, 49 seconds, and County are 3-up. Angel did well, and Grant was there to pick up the pieces again. 3 goals in 23 minutes. Or would you credit that? Great ball to Connolly. Took it well first time. Gets the cross in. And we get the 4th. Chris Byrne. It's as easy as that. Where are you, Richard Harmwell? It's 4-0 and it's not even half time. In the meantime, this is Holton. And Asaba and Holton not on the same wavelength. Connolly will bring it away. Angel's run, he's onside. Brett Angel, and it's 5. 2 for Angel. "24 minutes of the second half gone, and Stockport County make it 5-0. Second goal from Brett Angel. Shot comes in, a good save by Nixon. Penalty claims, and it's given. McIntosh, the offender. Wait. And it's going to be Williams, who for me has been Reading's best player of the evening, against Eric Nixon. And he scores. It's 5-1. And the Reading fans celebrate as though they won the cup.
Marker. Changing direction well. Good play by Marker. Taylor with the header. Stewart! 1-0 Sheffield United. How about that? Taylor's cross. Marcello! Beautiful touch at the near post. 2-0. Stewart, good cross, Taylor with the header, and Taylor on the score sheet. Trying to hit back here. Oh, that was well, not very good defending there. Great defending though by Kelly. Superb goalkeeping. We have a few words to say to the men in front. Taylor again in the thick of it. Bokis. Stewart. Didn't quite get it across, but Bokis was waiting for the ball at the far post. Bokis. Body's in the middle waiting for the ball. Quinn! Oh, what a volley from Quinn! 4-0, the goal of the match.
Malcolm Shotton said he wanted no let-up from his side, and he certainly got it. It was good old-fashioned local derby stuff this, with Oxford having some clear chances. The fans, though, had to wait until just before half-time until they really had something to shout about, with Joey Beecham's cracking effort. The Yellows, though, were hungry for more, with Joey Beecham obliging for a second time. It soon became a real party atmosphere at the Manor Grounds when Kevin Francis found Martin Gray in space, who got the Yellows third. So it seems that the Yellows would stay in the First Division for another year, thanks to Malcolm Shotton's turnaround, and for the moment, he seems to be enjoying being Lord at the Manor.
Nielsen and Hesse started on the bench and made appearances at Elm Park.
2 days before we went there, I think it might have been the day before, I just sacked the manager. Sometimes when you go to a place like Reading, you've just sacked the manager, you know, it can inspire them. We went out there, there was quite a big crowd that day, good atmosphere, they got behind the home side, we weathered the storm early and scored 2 goals on the break. Why the players were pleased, they were working ever so hard and getting results now. We just got to Stoke, we just beat Tranmere, and now we go down to Reading and we go and pick a result there.
Marcus Stewart has never scored more important goals than the ones during Town's last ever visit to Elm Park. A masterly piece of finishing took his tally to 17 for the season, and as the ball rolled the 30 yards into the net, for every 2.5 inches there was a joyous Town fan celebrating the centre-forward's 4th goal in 2 games. Jackson's men were now targeting a 4th straight win, the best run since returning to the First Division.
The new man with a fresh challenge. Tommy Burns shuts the door on Newcastle and walks into Reading as he makes a return to the dugout. Tommy Burns taking his first training session here at Reading. The record at the foot of the English First Division, and he has 7 games to turn things around. That will certainly be a monumental task, but he's relishing the opportunity.
As the months went by, you start to hanker to be the main man and make the decisions and have the input and training and different things like that. So when the opportunity came up, I spoke to Kenny the last time where I didn't go to one of the clubs that was asking for me. I told him that I would be looking to do that in the future, and he then agreed that he would look for somebody else. Then the Reading thing came up out of the blue and I decided just to go for it, and I'm glad I've done that.
It's almost a year since he was challenging for the Premier Division title with Celtic, and now he has 3 years with the Royals. The Berkshire club have big plans to move from the antiquated Elm Park to the brand new purpose-built Modeski Stadium.
You get a feeling of comfort when you're in a job, whether it be coaching or managing and things like that. And albeit the coaching is something that I love very much. But I think over the last 8 months I've realised that what I want to be as a manager. Also having a full say in the coaching of the team and the shaping of the team and the working with the team, because that's what I enjoy most.
After Kenny Dalglish turned down the approaches by Hibs in Aberdeen to sign him as manager, he started to feel he was being held back in his quest to become his own boss again.
It was frustrating in a way, yeah, because I think the Aberdeen job was certainly very attractive to me, but it passed by, and I think they got a first-class man in the job there, and I think he's already proved that.
Bottom of the table and staring relegation in the face, he's relying on these players to help fight the drop. Titanic star Kate Winslet is a famous Reading fan. Robert Fleck is hopeful the Royals don't suffer the same sinking fate as the ship.
We've nothing to lose now. I never thought twice about not coming here. It was always going to be here after I spoke to Tommy. But being bottom of the league, everybody expects you to lose anyway. But now we've got a couple of new players, and hopefully we can gel in with the lads that are already here.
Shock signing of the week was Kilmarnock's Jim McIntyre. Burns paid over £400,000 to prize him away from Rugby Park. Unknown to Killie fans, Saturday's goal against Dunfermline was his last.
It's a chance you take. It's a good opportunity for me and my family to come down here. I've always expressed I wish I'd like to come back to England, because the first time I was here I was a young boy and I didn't feel I got a fair crack of the whip. So I'm looking forward to this time around, and hopefully myself and the other signings that have been made today and the present squad, we can turn things around.
I think there's a big difference in terms of set-up and the size of clubs that are here. I think Motherwell are a good team, but no, they're not the biggest of clubs, and compared to Reading and teams of that stature around here, I think it's incomparable.
Tommy Burns has arrived at Reading with a mountainous task ahead of him. His latest additions will enhance their survival hopes.
6 of Reading's 7 new signings were on parade, but both goals came from old boys. Michael O'Neill gave Reading the lead. Michael Mika then beat 2 defenders to extend their tally. An important win for Reading, but they're not out of trouble.
Branca. It's Branca, and Middlesbrough in front with just 8 minutes gone. Marco Branca has got the goal.
Against Man City, a piece of...
Harwich standing in front of the goalkeeper. Goodman making a late run in, but it's edged away there by Parkinson. Comes in, oh, what a goal! Kevin Muscat, his 3rd of the season. And when he hits them, they really go. 8 minutes on the clock. Muscat's 3rd of the season. A tremendous right foot shot right into the top right hand corner, and Wolves are on their way. Well, Wolves hadn't really threatened them till this moment. The ball comes back out to Muscat. He's got plenty of time to control it. Let's fly with that right foot, and really Scott Howie can only watch and wonder. He could go into the 1-2. Just with a bad ball, McIntyre's in there, good goalkeeping, but an open goal here, and it must be, and it is! Slotted in by Paul Brayson, and right on half-time, it's Wolverhampton 1, Reading 1. Oh, good one in for Goodman. Goodman with a shot, and it's there! Don Goodman rattles in his 8th goal of the season. 69th minute of the game. It's Wolves 2, Reading 1. A typical Don Goodman finish. And Molyneux is singing again. It's a ball in the middle, he's on the penalty spot waiting for the cross to come in. Again the delays, and that's what the fans want to see. They want to see Steve Bull in action. In it comes, it's too deep for him. Goodman! Oh, what a header! Don Goodman, 3-1 it is. Game, set and match. Two and a half minutes into stoppage time, and Don Goodman powers the header in. Beaten on his near post there, and really had no chance at all. So Goodman's 2nd strike of the afternoon puts Wolves firmly in command.
The last home game of the season, and a crucial match not only for Forest but for bottom of the table Reading. Defeat for them meant relegation to Division 2. Victory for Forest would just about secure promotion, and everyone wanted to be there to see it. Springtime sun and a potential party meant that April the 25th, 1998 put on a brighter face than the same date 12 months ago when they were fighting relegation. And there was every reason to be happy.
Bart Williams. Johnson in the box, it's Ian Woon! And well saved by Howie! And here's Bart Williams, and he's through here! And in the end, Forest will say it doesn't matter how you played as long as you win it. And has Bart Williams' goal done the trick? Dave Bassett was out to celebrate. The Forest fans who've had a really anxious afternoon against the bottom club, their mood suddenly changes. Bart Williams stuck up front because of Campbell's injury, and now can the dancing and the promotion party begin?
Well, it's tough on Reading. I said earlier this fella had an abundance of skill. This time, just bombs. The first touch is superb. It's a great turn, and he whacks his left foot shot past the goalkeeper Howie. The first touch is brilliant. Under control, beautiful spin, lovely ability and balance, and a great finish. And goodness me, Forest, not a sparkling performance, but what a cracking goal. And Dave Bassett knows it. This stage of the season, it's all about results, and surely that's a winning goal.
Nottingham Forest are promoted, barring a Herculean goal-scoring effort from Middlesbrough this week. Dave Bassett will be leading his side in the Premiership next season. The disappointment for Tommy Burns, who came in too late to save Reading, and they have been relegated. And Pierre Van Hooijdonk is being lauded and acclaimed. He may not have scored today, but the Forest fans in what will now be their last home game, keen to acclaim the 34 goals that he has scored, that have contributed largely to their instant return.
The whistle blew for the end of an era, and as expected, fans swarmed onto the Elm Park pitch. Nearly 15,000 had turned up for the final league game. Fears that many would try to collect souvenirs of Elm Park were confirmed, and the masses had to be herded back into the stands. The match itself was a major disappointment. Norwich dominated, especially 18-year-old Craig Bellamy, who got the winning goal. A lacklustre Reading had just 2 chances on goal. This time Robert Fleck's shot hit the bar. The Reading manager was angry at his side's performance and is promising a major shake-up in the close season.
I know what it means to these people here, and they can rest assured that I'll be giving everything I possibly can to give them a successful Reading club.
He's been trying, and we've been unlucky up until today. It was the first time I've seen him angry, and he wasn't happy with the lads at all. That's all credit to him. He's a professional, and he wants us to be as professional as we can be. And I think it's going to be a long, hard season for us, but looking forward to it.
I don't think there's any reason we should look and be despondent. I think good clubs are founded in good support, and we've certainly got a remarkable support here.
The players must now wait to see if they will form part of Burns' Division 2 setup. Many already realise that, like Elm Park, their Reading days are over. Well, with the Elm Park era over, attention is now switching to Reading's new home and whether the Madejski Stadium will be completed for the start of next season. With 15 weeks to the big kick-off in August, work is going on round the clock to get the new £37 million ground ready. Despite the bad weather last month, the contractors say they're on schedule to meet their deadline, and there's no shortage of manpower to ensure the job gets done.
Yeah, we've got about 300 men working here at the moment, and that'll probably go up to 400 when we really put the push on, which will be in the next few weeks. And definitely it will be ready.
You saw them last night, didn't you?
Yeah, I'll better still at 3 o'clock in the morning if the child doesn't sleep.
Sounds heavenly. Well, Martin Davis will have the clear skies updated for us shortly, but now Chris Morn, the heavenly man, with the sport.
Thanks very much indeed, Hannah. From Temple Tuttle to a former place of worship for Reading football fans. 6 months ago, Elm Park staged its final Football League match. Now Reading's old home has been razed to the ground. 149 new homes are due to be built on the land. Before the bulldozers moved in, a loyal Royals fan made a remarkable find, a player's diary dating back to the 1880s. Felicity Barr reports.
After more than 100 years staging Reading matches, Elm Park has been demolished to make way for a housing development. Anything of value was sold off at auction, except for a small black book discovered by Royals official historian in the debris of the physio room.
I just picked it up and thought, well, it's an old black book, probably quite a contemporary notebook. When I opened it up and saw the copper plate writing of the player who was captain of the club back in 1880, I think it's an absolute miracle that it survived that long, and in such good condition too.
Dave Downs believes the diary slipped behind a cupboard or floorboard when the club made the move to Elm Park back in 1896. The book contains fascinating descriptions of matches played in the Reading area before the stadium was built.
They were an amateur club, no professionalism until 14 years later, no crossbars, only tapes, the only markings were the boundary lines, no penalty kicks, nobody ever headed the ball, there's no reference to anybody heading the ball because it was an unknown skill at that time. No referee except in cup games. All the friendlies were controlled by 2 umpires, 1 from each side.
The demolition of Elm Park was a sad moment for Dave Downs, but he's delighted to have discovered a piece of history in the ruins. Now he must decide what happens to the book.
Well, it's such a treasure that I would like to keep it, but I think that would be wrong of me. It really should go to the descendants, if there are any, of Mr. W.L. Franklin. The only clue we've got in here is his address at the time was 34 Zinzan Street in Reading, so if there's anybody who could help it get to its rightful owner, I'd be pleased to hear from them.
Felicity Barr for Meridian Tonight.
What a find. Well, now on to tennis, and in the National Championships